Hello, welcome to Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 8. There are so many scenes in this act, it's crazy. But we have one more scene after this one, then we'll move on to Act 3. And if you've read Shakespeare, Act 3 is when everything goes down. Remember Romeo and Juliet? Everything went down in Act 3. All right, in this scene, all of the action is off camera, you could say. There is no action happening on stage. All we have is Salanio and Salarino narrating through their dialogue what happens elsewhere. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on, and they just talk about it. They make fun of Shylock. They talk about other people making fun of Shylock. They talk about Bassanio's departure, and they touch on several of the plot lines so far. Okay, and as they're talking, they're narrating. They narrate that Bassanio's off to Belmont with Gratiano, right? They saw him get on the ship. They saw him sail away. And Lorenzo's not with them. Okay, it's important because people are looking for Lorenzo, namely Shylock. Remember what Lorenzo did? He went to see Jessica. Jessica stole Shylock's money, and they ran off together. Shylock no longer has a daughter. He's looking for her and Lorenzo for his money and his daughter. Shylock woke up the Duke, took him to the shipyards where Bassanio's ship had left. Antonio was there, and Antonio testified Lorenzo was not on that ship. It was Bassanio going to Belmont. And there was a rumor that Lorenzo was seen on a gondola with Jessica. A gondola is a long, flat boat with someone standing at the stern or the back of it with the poles pushing it down the lines. This is the Merchant of Venice, remember? Venice has the streets that are canals. And so Jessica and Lorenzo hopped on one of those romantic boats, and they're going down the canals having a good old time. Okay, so that's the rumor. We'll hear more about them later. They're making fun of Shylock, right? When this play is performed, Salanio and Salarino are there, and they're talking about, oh, I heard Shylock was doing this, or I heard Shylock was doing that. And they kind of make fun of him by saying, and the dog Jew did utter in the streets, my daughter, oh, my ducats, oh, my daughter fled with a Christian, oh, my Christian ducats, justice, law, my ducats, my daughter. And they're making fun of him. We sometimes make fun of people in their misery and in their hardships. It's human nature to belittle someone sometimes. And it's one of the ugly characteristics about being a person, is we have this weird sense of Schadenfreude, right? This idea that we take pleasure in someone else's misfortune. And here, Salarino and Salanio are doing that. They're making fun of Shylock. And they even point out that others are following Shylock on the street, mimicking him and mocking him as he's, going through this hardship with his daughter running off with all of his money. And they say something really interesting. Let Antonio keep his day. And we are reminded of the deal Antonio made with Shylock, right? Borrowed 3,000 ducats for 3 months. If Antonio does not pay that back, then what's going to happen is Shylock cuts a pound of flesh off. So hopefully Antonio keeps his day. And we had a rumor, right? Is Antonio's money good? Because there was a ship that sank near the straits between France and England. And they heard it from an Englishman and a Frenchman that there was a ship from this country that sank in the straits. Well, if that's Antonio's ship, this could be bad for Antonio. We don't know yet, but we'll find out soon. Then we hear about Bassanio's departure, okay? And Bassanio hopped on the boat with Gratiano. They're going to Belmont to win Portia over. And Antonio told Bassanio to take your time. Don't rush back on my account, right? Even though Antonio is indebted for Bassanio, Antonio says, take your time. Worry about your love. Worry about your conquest. Okay, go get Portia's hand in marriage. And if you're happy, then I'm happy. Focus on that prize in Belmont. And Salario and Salanio mentioned that it was a very tearful departure. And it was very hard on Antonio to lose his friend like this. Now, this is where a lot of people will really read into Shakespeare and really dive in and look at that relationship between Antonio and Bassanio. Right? They're the best of friends. And here, in a way, Antonio's losing his best friend to, Bassanio's future wife, possibly. And so this troubles him a bit. I liked the line, I think he only loves the world for him. Okay? We can have friendships so strong, right, that friendship makes up our world. Okay. There were several plot lines hinted at in this scene. Remember the casks? They're going to Belmont. Bassanio has to choose gold, silver, or lead. We know gold is out. Okay? So now it's a 50-50 chance if no one else gets there first and chooses the right one. We have hints at Shylock's revenge. Okay? Shylock is going to cut off a pound of flesh if Antonio doesn't pay it back. That bond is important. Okay? We have rumors that ships are sinking. We have Jessica and Lorenzo running around after eloping, basically. And then we have Bassanio and Portia. Will he win her over? All of these things going on simultaneously. And we're going to see how some of these plot lines play out. We're going to see how some of these plot lines kind of fade away. And we're even going to see some new interesting plot lines coming up in the next couple acts. Okay. Enjoy that scene. Have a great day.